Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear brothers and sisters. The story of Adam alayhi salam is filled with valuable lessons for us. Let's take a look at some of them together. Allah's creation are all around us, like the sky, the sun, moon, and stars, the clouds, the mountains, trees, a variety of fruits and different animals. The Qur'an informs us about the unseen creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the angels and jinn, like Jannah and Jahannam. Allah has kept these creations hidden from us, which is why they aren't visible to us. Allah has also told us about the afterlife and the events of the Day of Judgment. We must remember, believing in the existence of the unseen world is a very important part of our Iman. We learned that Iblis was an obedient servant of Allah, which is why his status was initially elevated, and he sat among the angels. Arrogance took over him, and he became full of himself. This led him to be deceived that he is superior. What does this teach us? No matter how many good deeds we do, we must never think ourselves better than others. Rather, our concern must be that Allah accepts our deeds. Iblis's jealousy towards Adam alayhi salam led him to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He felt he was better since he was created from fire and Adam alayhi salam was made from clay. Jealousy is a characteristic of shaitan, because when you are jealous of someone, what you are actually doing is being unhappy with the way Allah has distributed His blessings. Let's remember that Allah will always be in charge of everything. He knows best. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam alayhi salam from dust and clay, gathered from different parts of the earth. This is why the human race is of different skin colors and sizes, different personalities and abilities. We are all the children of Adam alayhi salam, and every one of us is created with perfection. Here we learn that all are equal in the sight of Allah. The only thing that raises our ranks is our Iman and good deeds. The soul was blown into Adam alayhi salam, starting from his head. We see here that the most honored organ man has is the brain. Our brain function is what makes us different from the rest of the creation. Our brain is where we gain and store knowledge. A bird flies in the sky and comes down to the land to look for its food. We fly in the planes through the sky and live on the earth. We can both see the vast skies and the vast land created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we as humans have the ability to ponder and think about Allah's magnificent creation. We study geography and learn how different gases make up the atmosphere and how vast and different the earth is, with mountains, deserts, forests, lakes, and rivers. We are able to use the information we learned in a beneficial way. Knowledge gives us the special ability to understand, identify, and ponder over the signs of Allah, and leads us to His submission. We also learn from this story that complete knowledge belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. He is Al-Alim. No matter how many years we spend in study or how many books we read, our knowledge will always be limited. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught Adam alayhi salam the names of everything. All the knowledge he was given came from Allah's complete knowledge. Adam alayhi salam and Iblis both sinned. Iblis refused to admit his mistake and persisted in sin. Adam alayhi salam immediately realized his mistake, became ashamed, and took no time in turning to Allah for forgiveness. This is the attitude we should have when we make a mistake and fall into sin. Adam alayhi salam was human and we are all his children. We all make mistakes sometimes, but we always must admit and correct ourselves. Let me give you an example. If I tell a lie or steal something, I must know that these are sins. I must realize my wrong and stop. I can't continue doing these acts thinking that I will ask for forgiveness later. I must turn to Allah for tawbah. The act of tawbah was taught to Adam alayhi salam by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man was given the most powerful act of worship, istighfar. We understand that we have been given free will, so there is a chance that we will fall into sin. But we have a way to fix our mistake by using our powerful tool of istighfar. Now let's go over the steps of tawbah. First, we have to admit our mistake. Then we show regret over it and be ashamed. Then we sincerely beg for Allah's forgiveness. And finally, honestly promise never to do it again. Insha'Allah, our sin will be wiped from our book of deeds as if it had never happened. How merciful and loving is our Rabb! We all as humans are weak and are in need of Allah's help all the time. Sometimes we feel sad and we want to feel better. Sometimes we wish for something. Sometimes we have a problem and want to come out of it. Allah is the only one who can help us. When we call to Him through dua, He always listens. From the story we learn the proper way to make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Adam alayhi salam asked for forgiveness in the form of a dua. He followed the proper etiquette of asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's go over the manners of making dua together. First, we accept Allah as our Rabb and believe that He not only hears us, but has the full power and ability to grant us what we ask. We must show complete humility and acknowledge our weakness in front of Allah. While making dua for our need, we must also seek His forgiveness because we may have committed a sin without knowing. I hope you all benefited from these great lessons. Let's together all practice what we have learned. Insha'Allah, I will be back with another beautiful story soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.